What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to a brand new video. This is your Chelsea vs Arsenal preview. Arsenal off the back of a Champions League round of 16 tie, which they won 9-3 on aggregate, whereas we off the back of the mighty Conference League round of 16, where we beat Copenhagen 3-1 on aggregate, but both the games were so dull, so boring, and they came either side of a weekend Premier League clash against Leicester, in which we also didn't impress. Our strikers, or attackers if you may, we don't have any strikers right now, haven't scored for the last 3 games. Frankly, I struggle to see how we'll score against one of the best defenses in the league still, Arsenal's defense, even though they haven't been as good this season. But that's what we're here to discuss today guys, so before we do start, drop a like on the video if you end up enjoying and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Now we're gonna start with Enzo Maresca's pre-match press conference, some of his quotes given by CFC Daily on Twitter. Now, the first thing is not very impressive. Enzo Maresca has said that Sanchez will start on Sunday. I, in no way, shape or form, can say that this is positive news. But the only way I can defend it is I'm not a big fan of Jorgensen. I don't think Jorgensen is that good. And Sanchez is back, to be honest, as the number 1 at Chelsea right now. So yeah, it is what it is. He was dodgy again against Leicester. He didn't have much to do. He still managed to produce some mistakes. This can go horribly wrong, guys. I have faith in our defense right now because we are returning, players are returning from injury for Fofana, Reece James, but I do not have faith in this man. I swear, if Sanchez is the reason we drop points tomorrow, I have never felt angrier throughout the season, even when we were losing to Ipswich, Fulham. If we mess up tomorrow just because Sanchez messes up, it's gonna be so infuriating because I genuinely think we have a chance of getting points tomorrow. I'm not saying winning, but we could get points tomorrow. So yeah, this is not bad news, but we have more news about Sanchez. Enzo Maresca said that I thought Robert needed some days off to rest with his head mentally. Now he's back and hopefully we are not going to change until the end. So this confirms the fact that Robert Sanchez was always meant to be number 1. He was just given a break because, so many mistakes. Now I hope he's improved because he was good at the start of the season. We keep saying he is a good shot stopper. But it's just the mistakes, the playing out of the back, the shaky passes, errors leading to goal. These are things we all hate about Robert Sanchez. Now if he's improved that well enough, because he is a pretty good goalkeeper that way. But I just don't have confidence when I see this guy in the defense. In the goal, sorry. I really don't. Next up, we have Enzo Maresca talking about Chelsea's targets for the rest of the season. He says, in this moment, we have 2 targets, finish top 4 or 5 for the Champions League. Another is the Conference League. If you guys haven't been following, top 5 in England for the Champions League is practically confirmed. Top 5 will be Champions League football next season, so that gives us some extra cushion, some extra security. Another is the Conference League win. We have to win the Conference League, we have no question. I mean, we'll have the bragging rights then. We're the only club to have won every trophy possible. But the thing is, I am scared of Real Betis in the final. They beat their opponents 4-0 yesterday in the Conference League. 4-0. We barely scraped past Copenhagen. And I know Copenhagen are one of the best teams in the competition, but still, the levels have dropped. I can't entertain a Conference League loss. We can't get knocked out of this competition. We have to win. And the thing is, against Real Betis, I would be more confident in a 2-legged tie because we'll have a chance to recover. I mean, it's one game, the final, anything can happen, which is what scares me. But I think we'll win the Conference League. Top 4 or 5 should be possible. We've got games like Arsenal, Man United, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Newcastle. But we do have some low-level opposition games as well where I think we should get points. And plus, players are returning back from injury. Hopefully, we can get top 4. Next up, Maresca says that at this moment, we have lost key players due to injury, Jackson and Madueke. This is an important point because, as I said, our attack is toothless right now. We can do nothing in our attack. As I said, we haven't scored with our attackers for the last 3 games. We only have 4 fit attackers right now. Palmer, Sancho, Neto and Nkunku. I'm not counting Tyreek George because I don't think Tyreek George is going to start tomorrow. Not in a big game like this. Maresca will go for an experienced option. That's why most of our starting 11s have been by default in the Premier League games for the last few weeks because of the injuries. Hopefully both of these guys look like they will be back after the international break. So that game against Spurs, like right now, this game against Arsenal, I'm going for a more let's just try to get what we can tone. But that game against Spurs, I want to win. I want to go to the Tottenham. Oh, where's the game? Is it at their stadium? Oh no, it's at our stadium. I want to go at Stamford Bridge and beat Spurs. that's after the international break though. Now let's start focusing on this game. Because, frankly, Arsenal have similar problems to us in terms of the fact that they have no attack. Plus, one of their only wingers, Raheem Sterling, can't play against us, of course, because he's on loan from us. So they only have Mikel Merino, who's probably going to play false 9, Ethan Nwaneri, Trossard, and Martinelli. I think these are the guys who Arsenal have fit. Havertz, Saka, Jesus, all injured, of course. Their attack has the same problems as us. They also struggled to score, even though they scored 7 against PSG. I have no idea how. They scored just 1 against Man U, that too Declan Rice had to score. And our defense, I trust our defense because now we have Cucurella on top form. Reece James is going to play. Hopefully he's back from his illness. Fofana is back, and I can't stress how important Fofana was in our August to December title charge. You know, the moment he got injured, eventually it all started falling apart. Even though we have other centre backs, Fofana is just too good in my opinion. Thank God he's back from injury. He's worked a lot to come back from injury. Levi Colwill, he has his mistakes, but he's still our starting centre back. He's going to start. Caicedo is there, of course. Enzo. I think we can keep a clean sheet against Arsenal. I know this sounds stupid because we barely keep clean sheets. We have 6 clean sheets this season in the Premier League, though, in 28 games. I think we can keep a clean sheet tomorrow because Arsenal, as I said, I don't think they have a really top ability to score, and our defense is improving. If I was the manager, I would be setting up the team for a 0-0 draw. Genuinely, I never want to sound like that. I never like Chelsea to play like that. But a 0-0 draw could be the best possible result. Now, of course, I won't deny if we get a chance to score. Of course, we'll score. Maybe Neto on the counter-attack, Sancho, Palmer. Maybe Palmer turns it up tomorrow, does some brilliant magic, scores a goal, 1-0. Thank you very much. But I struggle to see us scoring. I struggle to see them scoring. That's why I think if we keep a clean sheet, our goal tomorrow should be keep a clean sheet. Then whether we score or not, we at least won't lose. That, I think, is the way we should approach this game. Now, let's talk about the starting lineup. This, I think, is what our starting lineup should be tomorrow. As I said, the defense, I already named it. Reece James, Fofana, Colwill, Cucurella, all are fit, all are top form, all are back. Let's hope they can do a job. Robert Sanchez, he's going to start. No discussion about that. It is what it is. We already talked about it. Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo will lead the midfield. Hopefully these guys can have the game of their lives tomorrow. We must not lose tomorrow. I can't express how important it is that we do not lose. Even if we lose, by the way, we can't fall out of the Champions League places this game week. So that's a good sign. Cole Palmer has to start. I don't care how bad his form is. He must start in a big game like this. You never know. In an instant, he could turn the magic on. Let's hope he does that tomorrow. I need Cole Palmer to have a big game tomorrow, man. I genuinely do. And given my FPL luck, he's not in my FPL, so come on, Cole Palmer. Please, make me regret that. Score a hat-trick or something. Let's just win tomorrow. Sancho and Nkunku, Neto has to be the front 3. Neto playing striker like he has been over the last few games. Sancho does good on the right recently. I think Sancho was our brightest attacker against Leicester, so I think he should start. And Nkunku, I don't think Maresca is going to take the risk of playing Tariq George in a big game like this. But Nkunku offers nothing at this point, genuinely. But I still think he's going to start. I don't think Tariq George is going to start in a game of this magnitude. So yeah, this is the lineup. I think it's going to be good enough to get the job done against Arsenal. Which, as I said, job done for me is not necessarily getting the win, it's keeping a clean sheet. That, I think, should be our main focus against an attack as bad as Arsenal's. Now, Mikel Arteta has also made some comments about Chelsea. It'll be interesting reading that. From the moment I watched them play in pre-season, understanding how Enzo works and the talent they have in the squad, they were contenders to even win the Premier League from the beginning. This is something I've seen Pep do a lot. He always talks up the opposition and then ends up beating them, of course. Arteta, I have no idea what mind games he's playing, but it's, again, the fake praising. He's gonna work so hard to make his team win tomorrow. He's gonna tell his team that if you don't beat Chelsea, probably no dinner for all of you. Arteta is like that, you know. On the outside, he's like, oh yeah, they're so good, they're so good. Inside, he's like, we have to beat them. So yeah, I won't take Arteta's words too seriously. Another thing he said, that the moment everything lies together and they find that connection, energy, consistency, they can compete with any team. This I sort of agree with, but this is what everyone has been saying. The young players, once they click, they'll click. And they did click for about 4 months. But then they unclicked, injuries happen, loans, squad depth really thinned out. That's why I say the returns from injury are going to be so important going into this game tomorrow. Sorry, after the international break. If Jackson is back, Maresca is back. Talking about injuries, Lavia should be back tomorrow, at least on the bench. He hasn't played yet since his return to injury. I don't think he'll start. I don't think he'll start in such a big game like this. He might come off the bench though, let's say, to preserve the result or the clean sheet. Because as I said, I think our focus should be the clean sheet tomorrow. If, however, Maresca does make the shocking decision to make Lavia start, which he has done sometimes, often players returning from injury start instantly because we just don't play them until we're absolutely sure, and then we're absolutely sure so we can just start them. I think this could be a good lineup because it will remove Nkunku, who honestly is just a waste of space on the pitch at this point. Lavia, Caicedo, Enzo to form that dream three-man midfield we've been waiting for almost 2 years now. It's only happened in a handful of games because of Lavia's injury record and like out of form Enzo last season. This I think could be a good lineup. Cole Palmer shifts back on that right side. Maybe that familiar setting will spark his form. A solid midfield, more solid than the previous lineup I showed, will help defensively. Lavia's there, good stability defensively. Sancho on the left side. I don't think you'll like that, but Sancho is definitely doing better than Nkunku right now. This, I think, could be a better lineup, but again, I just don't trust whether Lavia is going to be ready injury-wise to play tomorrow. Especially start. He might come off the bench, but I don't think he'll start. Now, to end the preview, talking about score predictions. I don't want to predict a Chelsea loss or even a draw. I want to predict a Chelsea win. I struggle to see how it'll come. I think we can do this. I think we can keep a clean sheet. Whether we score or not is a different question. The prediction I want to give is like a 1-0 to Arsenal or something, because that's what I'm scared will happen. The prediction I'm hopeful of giving is 0-0 because I think we can do it. But of course, I'm not going to be delusional, but I'm going to be optimistic. The prediction I am going to give is 1-0 to the Chelsea. Come on, I think we can win tomorrow. Even if not win, I think we can draw, but let's go. We're winning tomorrow, guys. 1-0 to Chelsea. That's my prediction for this game tomorrow. Now, the review will be out on Monday after the game. So drop a like, guys, if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Yeah, I think we can win this game. We've already talked a lot. Now, it's all up to Enzo Maresca and the players. Let's hope the boys can do a good job and we can get this win. So I'll see you in the review. Have a good day, guys, and goodbye.